Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Monday, April 6th. All right, let's get right to it. We're going to talk about INFA, buyout rumors, or takeover rumors. And you can see how this rocketed up today. Looks really good, sitting here at 45.83. Hit the, this middle ball in Japan 3 times now, and then finally just said, psh, let's punch up on some volume. So it rocketed to the upside here. One thing we like to do is really follow trend lines, consolidation boxes in all the time frames. So looking at this one a little deeper out, we're going to go quarterly. You can see we had a nice move here from 13 all the way up to 59, and then we had a nice pullback, holding that again, but then dipped down a little bit. But you can see the trend now is starting to trend back up to the upside. But notice there's a nice little split back here in 2001 that with this higher low here was starting to target that area again. So keep an eye on that. The potential for this one, there's a very good chance it's going to close the gap at 69. So make sure you keep an eye on that one, INFA. It should pull back. If we come over to the weekly here, something to focus on a little more, you can see relative strength index is a little high. What we want to target here first is this 50, and then 51. There's a little gap right here, and then we're going to break down. We should be able to pull back down and probably get into this area for a better entry if you're not in this one yet. So I wouldn't rush this. You could see here it's moved up with the relative strength index, and we'll need a break. Same with the daily. All right, let's move on to GPRO. Now, same thing, multiple time frames, and I'm going to start out on a monthly on this one. You can see the double bottom in place after, we rocketed up here, and then we took our break. So, it has some nice support right here. We have the double bottom and starting to make a new high here on the monthly. So you can pretty much tell that this one's golden, and we're getting in on the bottom. And you can see on the weekly the same thing. You're going to have some resistance here, 52.66, but for the most part, we have a clean ride. If you're going to invest in some of the shares to ride it up. If you're going to do options, it's probably going to consolidate a little bit more before it really flies up. So make sure you have time on your side. That'll be very important. All right, Twitter. Twitter's such a beast. It still follows the same pattern. Came underneath it today and then came back over it again. We're still on track to fill our next gap. We did fill the first gap, which was right here when we were talking about this here. Now it's just been consolidating, but still holding that pattern to the upside and coming to get this gap here, which will be filled in no time at 64.85. And one other one, PCLN today broke a nice trend and flew to the upside. There was at one point it was really holding some resistance. That's why I alerted the puts and I said keep it tight. But then the upgrade and everything else came out and the thing started flying to the upside. So it looks pretty good. You have some support in the middle Bollinger Band and 200 for now. We'll have to see what happens with this, but if we can get a full track on up track to the upside, we have to break it over this 1494 first, with just this double top here. This we can get out of the way now until we get back under it. And this we can get out of the way. We don't worry about that's at 200. Before we come up to test the 1238. 1238 we'll have some resistance right here. But other than that, it's moving to the upside. Remember though, we didn't fully fill this gap down here, and all gaps get filled. All right. So this is Matt over at Milestone. Listen, we have our first seminar coming up. It's going to be 8 miles out of New York City, a beautiful location. Make sure you join us. The link will be underneath the video. We're going to go over all this stuff in detail and give you a whole new outlook on your entries, exits, and when to buy, when to sell, and how to plan your options according to time frames. That'll really help out a lot in the future for you and going forward. If you're not a member, this will also include a lifetime membership. So just click on the link underneath the chat, underneath this video, and check us out. It's going to be a great time. It's in May, and we look forward to seeing everybody there. All right, this is Matt. Have yourself a great night.